Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. We've got some intriguing whispers swirling around in NFL circles that could shake up the NFC South and give the Falcons a serious boost heading into the stretch run of the season. It's about Orlando Brown Jr., the talented offensive tackle currently with the Cincinnati Bengals, and whether he might soon be donning the red and black of Atlanta. Yeah, you heard that right. The buzz is that the Bengals, who have been struggling after a 3-6 start in 2025, are considering parting ways with Brown in a trade that could significantly bolster the Falcons' offensive line and, in turn, elevate their Super Bowl chances. This isn't just idle speculation. Sources like Adam Schefter have hinted that Cincinnati might be open to trading Brown for a first-round pick in the 2026 draft, freeing up cap space that could be used to extend stars like Jamar Chase. Let's break this down, because it's not just about swapping players. It's about the potential game changer this could be for Atlanta. First, a little background on Brown. He's 29, an elite footworker, and has been one of the top-performing offensive tackles in the league. In 2025, through Week 10, he hadn't allowed a single sack, a remarkable feat that speaks volumes about his technique and consistency. His PFF grade sits at an impressive 92. Putting him in the top tier of offensive tackles, and his pass protection win rate is at 88%. That's elite, folks. Plus, he's shown to be a reliable run blocker, with a grade of 85.4, which would be a massive upgrade for the Falcons' ground game, especially with Bijan Robinson exploding to an average of 170 rushing yards per game, up from 130. The Falcons' offense has been humming, but adding a player like Brown would take their line from good to great, giving quarterback Desmond Ridder more time and opening lanes for Bijan. Now, why would Cincinnati even consider trading Brown? Well, the Bengals are facing some tough realities. Their offensive line has been hemorrhaging sacks, especially with Joe Burrow under pressure. Sacks per game have jumped by about 3.8, and their run game has struggled, dropping to an average of 3.7 yards per carry. Cincinnati's defense has also been a concern, ranking 29th in EPA per pass, which shows they're giving up a lot of big plays through the air. They have a cap situation of roughly $12 million in free space, but their priority seems to be rebuilding with youth, especially on defense. Brown is considered a luxury piece in an OL that's seen some stagnation, and the Bengals are likely viewing draft capital as more valuable right now. But here's the thing, beyond the cap and draft considerations, it's about the immediate impact. Brown's presence on the Falcons' line would be a massive upgrade. He's a proven veteran, with 5 Pro Bowls under his belt, and he's been praised for his ability to anchor the blind side. His career includes stints with the Chiefs and Bengals, where he's shown durability and excellence, allowing just about 0.2 sacks per year on average and earning All-Pro honors twice. His ability to protect the quarterback in clutch moments, especially in cold-weather games or playoff atmospheres, would be invaluable. Think about how much he could solidify the Falcons' line, which has already shown resilience but could definitely use that extra piece of stability. And let's not forget the division implications. The Falcons sit at 5-4, with a solid shot at making the playoffs, especially with a wide-open NFC South. Adding Brown at right tackle would give them an even more formidable front, particularly in their run game and pass protection. It could elevate their offense to new heights, especially against divisional rivals like the Saints, whose defense has been leaky, or the Panthers, who are still rebuilding. With a stronger offensive line, Desmond Ridder would have more time to find his receivers, and the ground game with Bijan Robinson could become even more explosive. This isn't just about one player, it's about a strategic move that could reshape the division's power dynamics. Looking at the big picture, if the Falcons pull this off, it could be a pivotal moment in their season. The odds to win the Super Bowl are already pretty enticing at plus 6,000, but with a player like Brown anchoring their line, those odds could drop significantly, perhaps to around plus 2,500. It's a bold move, no doubt, but one that could pay huge dividends if they make a deep playoff push. Brown's experience, durability, and elite skill set make him a perfect fit for the Falcons' offensive blueprint. Plus, with the Falcons' front office known for being smart and aggressive, this trade could be executed right after the deadline, giving Atlanta a new piece to help them contend for the title. Now, from Cincinnati's perspective, it's a tough call. They're in a bit of limbo right now, trying to figure out whether to rebuild with youth or push for a playoff run. Trading Brown could be a signal that they're leaning toward the rebuild, especially if they get a first-round pick in 2026 that could turn into a franchise-changing player. But for Atlanta, it's about seizing the moment. They've built a solid team this season, with a strong defense and a talented offense led by Ritter and Bijan. Adding a proven veteran like Brown could be the final piece needed to push them over the top. The Falcons have been trending upward, and this move could be the catalyst for a deep playoff run, maybe even a shot at finally reaching the Super Bowl after all these years. Of course, there are always questions. Will Cincinnati really pull the trigger? How quickly could Brown integrate into the Falcons' system? And what about the chemistry, the fit? But if history has shown us anything, it's that smart teams take calculated risks, especially when it comes to bolstering their roster at the right time. The NFL is a league of inches, and a dominant offensive line can be the difference between a good season and a great one. The Falcons, with their strong core of skilled players and a solid defense, could be on the verge of making a bold statement, one that echoes across the NFC South and beyond. This potential trade also speaks to the broader strategy of the Falcons' front office. They've always been focused on building a competitive team, and while they've had their ups and downs, the belief in upgrading the trenches is clear. If they can land Brown, it would send a message to the league that they're serious about contending now, not just future potential. It's about maximizing their window with players like Bijan and adding that veteran presence that can lead the way in high-pressure playoff situations. Plus, it would be a statement to division rivals. We're here, and we're not backing down. That kind of confidence can be contagious, fueling the team's drive to reach new heights. And for the fans, this is the kind of move that sparks excitement. Imagine the roar in the dome when Brown steps onto the field in a Falcons uniform for the first time. His experience, his technique, and his leadership could be exactly what Atlanta needs to elevate their game. It's not just about this season. It's about setting up a foundation for sustained success. The Falcons have been building steadily, and a move like this could be the final piece to push them into serious Super Bowl contention. So keep your eyes peeled, Falcons fans. The possibility of adding Orlando Brown Jr. is not just a rumor, it's a real conversation happening behind closed doors. If it comes to fruition, it could be one of the most impactful transactions in recent franchise history. The NFC South is already competitive, but with Brown anchoring one of the best lines in the league, the Falcons could be the team to beat for years to come. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Atlanta Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news.